In today's video, we have the Galaxy A57 5G versus the Galaxy A37 5G. What's the difference you get for $100? Stay tuned. All right, everyone, hopefully guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. We have the Galaxy A57 on the left side and we have the A37 on the right side. In today's video, we're going to be comparing the differences between both these devices and telling you which one is essentially more worth it, or if they're both worth it at all. Of course, the Galaxy A57 dropped out a couple weeks ago for $549, and the A37 just dropped today at a price tag of $449. So of course, there are going to be some differences between these devices because there is a $100 difference. So let's go ahead and start off with the build of these devices. First and foremost, the Galaxy A57 is going to be an all-aluminum unibody design on the chassis, and the Galaxy A37 is going to have a plastic chassis around this phone. However, both devices do have Gorilla Glass Victus Plus on the front and the back, but the Galaxy A57 is going to have a more premium all-around design. If you put them right next to each other, though, it's going to be really hard to tell the difference between the materials that are used on these devices, but the A57, of course, is going to have the more premium build. Also, as far as the display looks, as you guys can see, the Galaxy A37 is going to have thicker bezels than the Galaxy A57. The A57 is going to have a screen-to-body ratio of about 89%, and the Galaxy A37 is going to have a screen-to-body ratio of 86.5%. So, thicker bezels on the Galaxy A37. It's not too big of a deal for the majority of people out there, but I just thought I had to state that real quick. Both these devices do get the IP68 certification treatment, so these are dust tight and water resistant up to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes underwater. Beautiful to see that. As far as the displays, though, we have a Super AMOLED Plus display on the Galaxy A57 and a Super AMOLED display on the Galaxy A37. So text, colors, when you're watching movies, it's going to be a little bit sharper on the Galaxy A57. Both devices do, however, have a peak brightness of 1900 nits, which is honestly very solid at this price point. Both devices are going to have a resolution of 1080 by 2340, and both are going to have a 385 ppi. Both devices come out of the box rocking Android 16 One UI 8.5, and both have 6 years of operating system updates. Very, very solid update policy for both these devices. And as far as under the hood, the Galaxy A57 is going to have an Exynos 1680, and the Galaxy A37 is going to have an Exynos 1480. As far as how quick these devices are, the Galaxy A57 is going to have about a 20 to 30% faster CPU than the Galaxy A37. So just to let you know, of course, the Galaxy A57 is going to have the more premium mid-range chipset compared to the A37, but it's not going to be a crazy difference. Both these devices are going to be able to do your daily tasks, play things like Call of Duty Mobile, Genshin Impact, maybe not at the highest graphical qualities, but both these devices are going to do just well for the majority of people out there. Just the Galaxy A57 is going to be a little bit quicker and have a little less lag than the Galaxy A37. As far as the storage, both devices are going to have 128 gigabytes of internal storage for the base models, and the Galaxy A57 is going to have 8 gigabytes of RAM, and the A37 is going to have 6 gigabytes of RAM. So of course you're going to be able to have more windows open on the A57, and it's going to just be a little bit of a quicker experience on that device as well. Getting into the cameras, the Galaxy A57 and the Galaxy A37 are actually going to have the same Sony sensor. They're going to have the IMX906. So same sensor right here, nothing different. However, the Galaxy A57 is going to have a different ultra-wide camera. We're going to have a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera instead of an 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera. However, both of the wide-angle cameras and macro cameras are going to be the same. So our main camera on both is going to be a 50 megapixel wide-angle camera. And of course, the third camera on both is going to have that 5 megapixel macro, both capable of shooting 4K at 30 frames per second and both capable of recording at 1080p at 30 frames per second. However, the Galaxy A57 is actually going to be able to use that front-facing camera to record 1080-60, and the A37 will not be able to shoot at 1080-60. It caps out at 1080p 30. Both devices have surprisingly really solid speakers, and honestly, I can't really tell the difference between both of the speakers on here. Both are crisp, both are loud. Of course, stereo speakers. Both do not have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on them, so there is no headphone jack there for you guys. You're gonna have to use Bluetooth headphones. The one thing, however, the big difference between these devices, I would have to say, is the Galaxy A57 has a proximity sensor, a physical proximity sensor, and the Galaxy A37 actually has a virtual proximity sensor. So it's going to be easier to, click on certain applications when you're on your phone call. It's going to be harder to get that infrared light that the Galaxy A57 shows. So if you're on a phone call, it's going to notice that you're on a phone call on the A57, and it's going to black out the screen. On the A37, the screen can turn on. You can accidentally click on applications, do butt dials, do accidental text and stuff like that. It's just really nice to have a physical proximity sensor inside of a phone, and the Galaxy A57 has that, but the A37 does not. So honestly, all in all, more of a premium experience on the A57 when it comes to your day-to-day tasks like phone calls. As far as the Bluetooth, we have Bluetooth 6.0 on the A57, and we have Bluetooth 5.4 on the Galaxy A37. Both devices have a optical fingerprint sensor. Don't agree with that at all. I really hope they were going to put something like an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor inside of here. Again, majority of people are not going to really care that you can't just tap and get right into your phone. It is going to take a second, as you guys see right here. Takes a little bit of a second. It's not a big deal, but it's just something that feels a little less premium when coming down from flagship devices. Also, both devices have a 5,000 milliamp battery. Both have 45-watt wired charging. Beautiful battery life on both these devices. It's going to last you a full day and then some. And of course, as far as the performance goes, here are the scores on both these devices. Antutu's about 1,000,001. On the A57. On the A37, we got about 700,000. Our Geekbench, pretty close right there. We get a little bit of a difference. Again, we have that faster CPU, and we got that better GPU on the A57. So Geekbench is going to be 4411. A37 is going to be 3345. We also have our 3D Mark test right there as well, and some other active use scores that are essentially the same. So battery is going to be really good on both these devices. Of course, you're going to get those niceties inside of the A57 that you get over the A37, so more RAM inside of the A57. We're going to, of course, get a better processor. We're, of course, going to have the Super AMOLED Plus display. And, of course, we're going to have other things like Bluetooth 6.0 and a physical proximity sensor in there. But those are the differences between a $549 phone, the A57, and a $449 phone, the A37. Both of them are very hard to recommend right now. I think a lot of you know this. We are so closely priced to the Galaxy S25 FE right now, and with that device, that blows both these devices out of the water. You're essentially getting 95% of a flagship phone when you get the S25 FE, and right now on Amazon, you can pick up that device for a whopping $499. So just $50 more than the A37 and $50 less than the A57. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Again, both these devices are very hard to recommend right now. I would pick up both these devices, though, if, they were on a contract. If you're going to Metrobytes T-Mobile and you get a severe discount on these devices, I would say go ahead and get the A57 or A37. Also, I can recommend these devices once they go down in price. So if you don't need to upgrade right away, I would wait till both these devices drop a couple $100s during the holidays times and pick up one of these devices when you're finally ready. But so far, both are pretty solid devices. Just can't recommend them at the price tag that they're at currently.